What you was thinking when Tank did that when he took the knee? What you was thinking when he took the knee?
I can't speak on
Can't think on that?
it. Can't speak on it.
He did some bullshit though?
I can't speak on it.
You have no personal opinion, nothing?
No, you gotta calm down. Listen to me.
Hey, come on now. We're trying to get in there. Come on now.
After recordings were leaked of the conversation between Dant Davis and his corner, there was no doubt in the boxing world that trouble was looming. Like that wasn't enough audio recordings of Devon Davis, and the referees soon made it out to the public, and this was the final straw that broke the camel's back. First, it was the main reason behind Lamont Roach's appeal.
He said fight out of the clinch. That's what we were gonna do. He came in the back and was like, "I'm gonna let you fight out, especially if one arm is loose or whatever the case may be."
Sadly, the new state athletic commission decided to downplay his efforts and refused to take the recordings seriously, and at the end their reaction to the recordings have brought even more controversial reactions from the world of boxing.
10-8. Simple. So I was like, all right, the ref started counting. When I'm looking at him, I'm like, the ref started counting. But I see him get up and go to the corner.
The New York State Athletic Commission continues to review referee Steve Willis's errant handling of Lamont Roach Jr.'s Saturday night knockdown of Gervonta Davis. A compelling pro-box TV panel discussion assessed the matter Wednesday. If they do one thing, Lamont Roach wins the fight, said Dan Rafael, the veteran boxing writer now distributing his Fight Freaks Unite Substack. That bad night by Willis cost Lamont Roach a championship, depriving him of hanging the first loss on America's top fighter. Lot of stuff went bad, and it was all against Lamont Roach. Speaking on his podcast with the host of the show, Teddy Atlas, gave his sincere comments on the refereeing when asked about the incident in round 9.
I'm sorry. I'm terrible. I am, but I'm ashamed of myself. I am so cynical, but this sport has made me cynical. I'm sorry. I don't see anyone's gonna.
He suggested the ref waste good enough and could have been bribed, since he would never have done the same for Roach. Bad refs. We need better refs, more educated refs, trained refs, whatever you want to call them. I'm not going to say honest, because I don't know if honesty was the issue, I don't know, but we definitely need better refs who know how to make a decision, know they're making the right call, and are bold enough to do it. I don't think that ref would have let Roach get away with what he let Tank Davis get away with. Why? Tank's a star.
Is going to reprimand this referee. What are they going to do? I mean, it happens too often. It's happened too often. I don't know. We need a national commission. That's the only thing I can think of. But
he continued, I think he set a record for the most fans ever at Barclays Center. Tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I believe they hit a new attendance record, maybe a gate record too. They've had concerts, fights, and basketball games there. They did big numbers. He's a star. He brings people, has a big fan base, and delivers solid pay-per-view numbers. I don't know the numbers for this one, but he's one of those guys who consistently brings in good pay-per-view figures. All of that comes with him
right now. But the last thing I want to say to put a bow on this one, Bud, we talked about the controversial part, but I want to...
When a referee allows him to take a knee, which isn't a rule in boxing, and get away with it, not making it a 10-8 round, when it should have been, that's a problem. He got hit with a jab just before that. I'm not trying to go after Tank Davis. People already say I defend him too much or hype him up, and he is great. He's a tremendous complete fighter, a puncher inside and outside, patient, defensively responsible with fast hands. He puts punches together, goes to the body, can counter punch, set traps, all of that, but he was wrong here. He got away with it because the sport led him. There's nothing wrong with the fighters. It's the administrators of this sport that have a lot wrong with them. We see it, and we shouldn't keep seeing it. It's got to stop.
The great part. That was high-level boxing. That was two guys at the highest level showing their skills.
Teddy Atlas also added, a referee can't let something not in the rule book slide. Tank gets hit with a jab, and a second or two later he takes a knee. Guess what? I'm sorry, that's a knockdown. If your knee goes down around that time, it's a knockdown. This isn't football. There are no fair catches here. You know what I mean? As you pointed out last night, if it were football, it'd be a touchback. Taking a knee in certain situations, there are rules for a reason. Even Terrence Crawford, one of the best pound for Pound Fighter's top 3 with him, Eno and USI, came out and said, "I didn't know that was a rule. I guess I was sleeping when they passed that one." I'll add he didn't say this, but maybe he was out doing road work or something. He must have been busy when that rule, which isn't a rule, came up. I said it earlier, this isn't the Indianapolis 500. You can't go into pit row because your oil needs changing, your tires need swapping, or grease needs wiping from your eye. There's no pit row in boxing. Tank went down on a knee, and Roach give him credit, or maybe say he should have gone after him, because the saying is defend yourself at all times, right? He would have been within his rights to attack.
I miss and you counter, and then all of a sudden you're in front of him. Boop! You're the invisible man. You're on the. That's sweet science too. Yes, and it's easier to see. It grabs your attention. Oh wow! Look at that guy. He's on the outside.
I've seen fighters hit guys who are turning or walking away. The referee doesn't stop it unless the bell rings, or he interjects. You have the right to hit that guy that's fighting. Roach had the right. He was a gentleman, a sportsman. I give him credit. But when Tank turned, Roach could have hit him with a left hook or whatever. He's a southpaw, so maybe a straight left. Whatever it was his right to pursue and throw. Maybe he could have caught him and knocked him down while he was turning it. Wouldn't have been the nicest thing to see, but he wouldn't have been wrong. Who was wrong? Tank, and the referee who allowed him to take a knee, go to his corner, get whatever was obstructing his vision wiped away, and then go back to work. If the referee scores that a 108 round, which it technically should have been, even though I know he wasn't hurt, Roach doesn't get a draw, he wins the title. A lot of people with a plus 900 ticket are feeling pretty good right now.
That he should be disqualified. He went back to the corner. I don't buy that, to be honest with you. I mean, I think that's a warning, but it's a bit of a bizarre situation for me. Like, there was a lot of people in boxing that were saying that this is a really tough fight.